Number 6. I remember this one. Mr. Wayland thinks there might be something special. Let's see if he's right.
Thank you for tuning in. This is DJ Fob Fresh from SEGASHIRO.com, the Sega resource, and today we're doing a review of Alien vs. Predator. Licensed games and Rebellion's track record aren't the greatest, so it's pretty interesting to see how this game fared, especially when you consider that Aliens is a franchise that has inspired 1,000 FPS titles. Now, Rebellion has worked on the AVP franchise for just about as long as anyone can remember. They go back right to the Jaguar and on the PC. Now, if one thing that this development team has done right with this title is nail atmosphere. Now, this is a title that's been getting mixed reviews in North America, and I think the reason for that is simple. It's not trying to be the world's greatest FPS, it's trying to be a fantastic Aliens versus Predator FPS. So what does that mean? It means it's all about claustrophobia, it's all about darkness, it's all about feeling scared, it's all about feeling pressured, and this game nails that to a T. It's also about gore, it's also about visceral action, it's really in your face. What Rebellion has done is pulled the tenseness and suspense of the first two Alien movies and taken the mythology of the AVP franchise, pushed them together, and has arguably made a game that is singularly better than any movie entry in the AVP franchise. As you can see from the screens before, the presentation is a little bit basic on the front end. However, there are 3 control options for each of the characters, and there is a score mode when you do the mission, so you can keep replaying to kind of up your score and improve by, upping your difficulty level. That adds a little bit of replay value. The game is marketed as having 3 campaign modes. However, there's only really one story arc. And essentially what you're doing is you can hopscotch between the different missions of the 3 different characters. And that would probably be the best way to play it. That way, if you're getting tired or disoriented from playing the Alien, you can switch over to the Marine, try out that for a while, and then if that is not your cup of tea or if you're getting bored of it, you switch over to Predator. This way it kind of keeps the game fresh and fun. Aliens vs. Predator is an intensely visceral, intensely graphic game, but it fits the universe. One thing I found in this title was that it was very easy to get into the headspace of the characters. So when I was the Aliens, it was all about hiding in the shadows, it was all about waiting to attack and harvest creatures from behind. As the Predator, on the other hand, it was all about confusing my enemies, it was all about setting up elaborate traps and then kind of going in for great trophy kills. The Marine, on the other hand, it was all about saving my own butt. I was keeping my back to the wall. I was constantly tracking shadows, seeing things out of the corner of my eye. Very easy to get in the headspace of these characters. That's what makes it fun. That's why I enjoyed this title. Generally, throughout the game, the production values are sky high, specifically the animations for the aliens. The close-quarter combat is fantastic. It can be sometimes a little hectic and a little all over the place, but that kind of comes in line with the franchise as well. Sometimes the AI is a bit suspect, but at the same time, the game isn't difficult or frustrating. It's just sometimes the AI makes some silly decisions that real characters wouldn't make. Graphically, again, most of the time this game looks fantastic. However, specifically in the Alien campaign, it's occasionally easy to come across some clipping, missed animations, or at worst, just some really poor texture work. However, most of the time this game is brutal, graphic, in your face, and it'll basically have your brain, the lizard part of your brain, going nuts. I'm pretty sure by the end of the day, this game is going to have a cult following. In some ways, it's almost like the Mortal Kombat of first-person shooters. Now that analogy does this game a little bit of injustice, but hear me out. The core grappling system and some of the FPS corridor shooting may seem a little bit shallow and a little basic compared to some other games out there. However, it works, it's tight, it's intensely twitch. It's very, it goes right for your instinct nerve center, and it's intensely rewarding, especially when you pull off a great move or you get the kill. So, the game might be simple, but simple is not a bad thing, especially when it works out so well. The audio design and music of this title are pitch perfect. From the screams of the aliens to the scream of your own machine gun, this title builds tension, and the audio design is perfect, captures the universe amazingly. The multiplayer portion of this game has great potential. I say potential because right now it feels a little broken. Matchmaking takes forever. However, there are 7 different modes. Specifically, Survivor was my favorite. That's where you hold your fort after waves and waves of aliens come at you. If you can pick this game up with friends and your friends also pick up a copy, multiplayer is that much better. You'll have lots of water cooler moments. To put it very bluntly, I enjoyed this title top to bottom despite its flaws. I thought it was simple, I thought it was brutal, I thought it was elegant for being that way, and it was a lot of fun. If you're an AVP fan, definitely worth checking out.